What's good? Your boy Anonymous Ashler is back again, and I just wanted to take some time out of your day and talk about accountability. How important it is to take accountability for your actions and the pain you cause others and the pain you cause yourself. So I've been on this spiritual journey for about 3 good years now, and now I feel comfortable like talking about my journey and going through, and what some things I went through along the way. So as I grew spiritually, I started to understand something I never saw before. Hurting yourself isn't always physical. Sometimes it's spiritually. I used to think my mistakes were just moments, not taking a relationship serious, saying something cruel or mean to someone, lying to get my way, lying to not hurt somebody else's feelings, but still lying in general instead of just keeping it funky. All I was doing was just hurting myself in those moments. I wasn't hurting a person. I was damaging myself. But when I look back now, I see the truth. Every time I acted out of selfishness or dishonesty, I was just hurting. I wasn't just hurting someone else. I was hurting myself. I was dimming my own light. I was weighing down my own spirit. I was stepping further away from the person I was meant to become. See, when you move in darkness, you carry a weight of that darkness. When you lie, cheat, disrespect someone, you feel it. Your peace fades, your clarity clouds, and your spirit gets a whole lot heavier. It took me years to understand this, but now I know you can't outrun what you did, you can only outgrow it. Meaning, take responsibility for your actions. No matter how hard it is to say sorry, no matter how hard it is to man up or woman up, you gotta do the work when it comes to this. And the only way to outgrow this, like I said, is accountability. Not fear, not guilt, not punishment, just the truth. I had to go back and face the people I hurt in my past. Not to fix the past, but to free myself from the weight of it. Say, I'm sorry. No matter how hard it was to pick up the phone and dial and say, my bad. Even if they didn't accept the apology, it didn't matter because accountability isn't about their reaction. You've already done the pain, you've already caused the reaction to happen. Now it's about what you do after you know you have done someone wrong. It's about your own alignment. Are you okay with who you are, who you was? That's why you got to take accountability because that might not be who you was. That might not be who you are anymore, but that person still has a memory of you being that way. And even if, like I say, even if they don't accept your apology, you know you're not the same person that hurt them. When you apologize from your heart, when you take responsibility without excuses, you release the weight you've been carrying for so long. It's such an interesting feeling when you're free from it, and you don't have to it doesn't replay in your mind. So when I see a person again that I've ever heard or had contact with, it's like a new beginning to me. It might not be to them, but it is to me. You stop dimming your own light after you get done carrying all that weight. You stop dimming your own light. You stop dragging old mistakes into new seasons. You stop letting your past define your future. Accountability isn't shame, it is pure freedom. Now, I'm not telling you, hey, this is going to be the easiest thing to do. I'm not saying, hey, it's not, it's freedom from what other people might think of you. It's not freedom from that. What you've done, you gotta live with the consequences of that. But it's still good to apologize, and accept what you've done and grow from that moment so you're not worried about any of that stuff. Nothing changes until you do. Just like I've been saying, nothing changes until you do. And the moment you take responsibility, your spirit gets lighter, your path gets clear, your life gets real again. And it will continue to be real and not fake and phony. I'll give you an example. When I hit this point in my spiritual journey, I I became like really grateful for my life, right? What I'm able to do, my family. I just became grateful to be alive. I wasn't worried about anything. I had all my limbs, everything was working fine. My mental was fine. I'm just doing well in life. And I'm not talking about a financial well. I'm talking about just me being a man well, the person I am, the accountability that I've taken for myself and actions. That's what I mean by when I say I'm doing phenomenal, to be honest with you. Do I have all the answers? No, not even close. But when I got into this spiritual journey, I reached out to people that I hurt along the way, and I had to apologize to them and say, "You know what? I'm sorry if I ever hurt you. My bad. Please forgive me, but it's okay if you don't. I'm sorry from my heart." And it was years after this stuff has happened. It was years. It wasn't like, oh, I just wrote to him and said something. Just something said, you need to apologize. It don't matter how small it was. It don't matter how big it was. Just apologize. Get it off your chest. I mean that. It is very, it's not an easy thing to do, but it's a necessary thing to do. And now the funny part is I don't even think about these situations anymore because the weight's off me now. I don't think about anything. I don't need to apologize for nothing anymore. I can walk with my head held high knowing that hey, it was hard, but I was able to say I'm sorry no matter what. And this part's for my children. Children, I am trying my best to help you understand that your best bet is to walk with light. Try not to hold on to darkness. Try to have a pure heart when dealing with others so your heart's not speaking when your mouth is moving. Try to always operate in a clear mind. If you don't have anything good to say, shut your mouth. Be quiet and take some time before you respond. Don't be so fast to prove your point because when you walk in with truth, you don't have to prove a point. When you know your logic is sound, you don't have to be disrespectful to get your point across. I want you to be better than your dad was in his youth because I didn't have nobody to tell me this when I was growing up. But you got me to tell you and to help you get to light faster. Because if you walk in the light, everything will be possible for you because you have nothing holding you back. Nothing holding you back. See, I had to overcome childhood stuff. I have to overcome all this stuff, but you, I won't have you like that. I'm going to make sure that you learn what's correct in this world, not what society tells you is correct. Because I want you to operate from your heart only. I want you to do the things you want to do. But you also got to remember you're going to have conflicts with people. You're going to have ups and downs in relationships with others. You're going to have situations that piss you off. But I'm telling you to act with grace. Hold your tongue if you have to, and make a smart decision. Sometimes you just got to let somebody know. And that is the truth, the honest to God truth. But do it out of facts, not out of emotion. Your emotions very, very are very integrated with how your heart is. If your emotions are chaotic, your responses will be chaotic. If your heart is made of peace, you will be peaceful in your response to people. You might have to let somebody know, but it will be in a peaceful way that you just letting them know, hey, you don't disrespect me like that. You're going to move a different way. You're going to have people. You're going to be able to tell people, nah, I don't move like that. I move like this. So I just want you to know that your dad is telling you this from a light perspective. Now you can always go dark if you want, but I'm telling you, the dark is very hard to come back from. So I'd rather you just listen. But anyway, I just want you guys to know that hey, accountability is something you don't run from, man. You got to do it. I mean, you could run from it all you want, but it's just gonna sit there until you address it. So you might as well just address it. Don't be a chump. Just get it done and mean it though. And I'll tell you this, don't apologize until you really mean it. Like you can apologize and no matter what they say to you, you're okay. But if you know that you can't say I'm sorry, if you know you can't say my bad and really mean it, stupid Nat. Gotcha. Sorry about that. If you can't say I'm sorry, and when if they say anything or criticize you and you can't sit there and take it in peace, don't say sorry because you don't really mean it, in my opinion. It doesn't matter who's right or wrong. You just getting the weight off of you for real, for real. So, but I ain't gonna hold you guys no more. I just wanted to jump on here and talk about accountability. Peace, love, and tranquility to you all. You guys walk in light like I always tell you to do. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.